Welcome to another edition, late night edition, special thing for the CFS show, going over picks and punts. We also got a special guest, D Money, going to be here giving us some football plays. He's killing it, giving us the Sunday plays, so you guys will have ability to see those before they come out on the Discord. But thanks for everybody there. Bob was in here. It looks like Bob was in here about 30 minutes early. So we've got a lot of things to go for. How we doing, D? D's finishing a call. It'll be up in just 1 second. Many of us right now are laughing at this defensive slugfest here between the Georgia State Panthers and the Arkansas State something. It's 42-42 in the third quarter. I just cashed in over 80. I told everyone to take live over 37.5 the second half. That was Mr. Second Half play of the day. Cash, we've got 28 points. We still got 4 minutes in the third quarter. Wow. So we just need 2 more scores or a touchdown and a field goal. The interesting thing is Arkansas State is trying out another quarterback, getting loose. The funny thing about that is they play 2 quarterbacks. So I haven't watched. I'm not sure how you lose 2 quarterbacks on one play, but we'll see. What's up, Rich? Yeah, we both teased the over down to 64. And at one point I was worried. And I think I might have took it under 71. I took first half unders 41. That didn't cash. That was amazing that a first half under 41 doesn't cash. As far as the side, pregame, we were thinking Georgia State plus the 3.5. I couldn't understand why they're getting 3.5. I thought these two teams were evenly matched. I've got a teaser from last night with Coastal at plus 10. So right now I'm looking pretty good in this game. But again, the way this game is going, it's only going to take one weird turnover to kind of change this game. We've had a targeting call on Arkansas State the last drive. Now we have a target stall in the Georgia State. I guess he's a linebacker, but the way Georgia State led, he could be their defensive tackle. I'm not sure. I mean, he might be a little svelte linebacker. I'm not sure.
So when do we take the under?
5 minutes left in the game. I would pound the over every time. As soon as they post a fourth quarter, I would pound that too. I don't think there's any chance in the world this is not going over in the fourth quarter.
The water boy is playing safety.
There's no defense. If you want to throw the ball 30 yards down the field, you basically have looks like 5'11" corners going against 6'4" receivers. And not only when they catch it, they run for like 15, 20 yards after they catch it, after a 20, 30-yard front. The defense is so bad, it's unbelievable. I mean, I am laughing that Georgia State may put up more points than Bama put on Arkansas State last year. But this is just.
Oh, that was a shot at Rob. Nice.
This is hilarious. We'll take that. They've gone for it 4 times on fourth down too. So Georgia State kind of knows where they're at. I guess they know their defense sucks, and we just have to score every drive.
I guess this is the biggest highlight of the night, Archie Manning.
Well, it's not. Is his name Archie? I know he's a Manning. He's Cooper Manning's son, actually.
Yeah, he's Archie.
Okay. So they named him. Cooper Manning was a pretty good quarterback in high school. He just chose that he didn't want to play professional. No idea why. But I think injuries actually came into play. I mean, sorry, am I going to go crazy over a 16-year-old kid playing football right now?
No.
But anyway, let's look. What are you looking at this weekend? We got some weird games. You've got some more COVID stuff with Atlanta, but as of now, the game is still on. What are you looking at?
My biggest lean right now is going to be the Packers. I got them -1. I'm going to take the money line. We were talking about it earlier, and you they were plus 2.5.
They're -2. They've been minus the whole time. So that's why I've been trying to figure out what the news is, because they went from a -2 to a pick 'em.
Yeah, and then I have the Bengals plus 9.5, Texans plus 3.5, and I have the Panthers. I like the Panthers. I'm leaning them, and that's just straight pick 'em. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, and buts about that one. The Browns one, I got 3.5, but I'm iffy on it because OBJ, you never know.
Yeah, if those of you don't know, OBJ went home sick. They're not saying COVID. They're saying sick. Could be the flu. Could be there. Oh, Arkansas State dropped a touchdown. It technically was pass interference because you can throw pass interference almost on every throw. And it's not even like ticky-tack pass interference. It's like, I think the refs know so that these guys are so bad, they're just not calling. So this guy reaches out, grabs his jersey before the ball comes. Okay, we're going to allow this.
Wow.
I mean,
prevented him to catch the ball.
He prevented him to catch the ball. You had a time where you had an underthrown ball, and the guy put his arms around him like this and wouldn't let him turn, and the wide receivers looking for the pass interference, and they didn't call it. And then the next drive, they had to call it the next down. So it was kind of crazy. All right, Rich is joining us. Wasn't expected. What's up, Rich?
What's going on?
Not much. I'm enjoying this game. I am getting in trouble for 5 straight football games on a day. So, but that's another story. But yeah, it's at least been entertaining. But God, the defense is so bad.
Man, I love me some Sunbelt football.
I mean, I like some Sunbelt football. I mean, this is the new. Well, I said last night, this is the new MAC. There's no doubt about it. They're just going to put up points. It's funny. I love when the announcer's like, "Oh, they really got some athletes on their team," and I'm like, wonder what the guys from Miami or Clemson would do to these guys. And when you say they're some athletes, and then, maybe they picked up a 2-star kid or a 3-star kid that's just a better athlete than I think, because, hey, there was a field goal attempted. All right, that's going to help us. That's going to help us for the over still, because that just means we need 1 touchdown in 17 minutes. I think we can still get it by the end of the third quarter. It's just so terrible. It's 45-42. Arkansas takes it. Not good if you had the plus 3.5, because I don't know. I have a feeling someone will go for 2. It's crazy. So, of your picks, what do you think is your strongest there, D? Your Carolina or
Green Bay?
Yeah, I was heavy on Green Bay too. The only thing I like is they're coming on the road, but if they get Adams back, that should help. Is there anybody back for the Bucks that like unexpectedly is back that is driving this line?
I think Godwin practiced today, limited. I think he was limited in practice today. I don't know about Evans. I don't know about Fournette.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, it's just like, are they toying with us or what? I mean, I just trust the Packers. I mean, they're going to score, quote unquote, about 28 points a game. I mean, is Tampa Bay going to be able to do that against the Packers?
So you're talking about you were talking about the line move on the game?
Yeah.
Right.
So Packers open -1.5. Then they were -2.5, and then yesterday it looks like they went to -1. They're sitting at -1 or a pick right now.
Yep. So the live line, as Bob just said, is 108.
108.
It's over 107.5. I'm actually tempted to take this. I was wondering what I get for the third quarter here.
The reason why, so I kind of looked at I looked at last year's game between these two, and I think they scored 96 points last year.
There's an interesting bet right now that you can take, which has some value. I'd put beer money on it. I would take third quarter is the highest scoring quarter, which we just need 4 more points to equal at plus 250 with the ball at the 40.
How many points would it be if they get another touchdown?
It's over. If you do that, you win.
Well, what if the fourth quarter goes over the third?
If you
It's
think
over.
the fourth quarter scores 38 points, I'll eat a hat. I don't think we're getting 38
Okay.
points in the fourth quarter.
I'm writing
All
it
right.
down. I'm writing it down. Sean's gonna eat a hat.
So I think you're really just messing with the second quarter, which scored 35 points. And right now you have 31 points and you've got 2 minutes left. And you're getting a plus 250 on the number and you're at midfield.
So last year these two scored 90.
Yeah, I was laughing. One of the bets I took the team totals over 44.5 for each team.
That's looking good.
Yep. I can't believe it. I mean, this is So that was kind of disgusting when I was like, really? You're telling me they just have to each score 2 touchdowns in the second half? All right, I'll take that.
Yeah, so that's my biggest lean for Sunday. I mean, is the Packers, of course.
Yeah, I dump trucked a lot on the Packers when it first came out. I actually on the -2. I definitely like any. I mean, what is your thought on some of the other games while we wait for Shocks to show up here? Let me find out where he's at with some soccer plays.
Talk about Le'Veon.
Yeah, we could talk about Le'Veon Bell. I mean, here's my thing with that. If you look at Clyde's Edwards-Helaire and you look at what we say, I've seen plenty of games, and Rich has kind of agreed with me at times with this. I don't think he's a short yardage back right now. I don't think he finds the hole. I see him most of the time run into his offensive lineman on short yardage. I don't see him squeeze through and find plays. I think he's a really good back. I think he's dual purpose. He can catch balls out of the backfield. He can do different things. But if you look at his stats, he had 138 yards versus Houston. Houston sucks on defense. Surprisingly, but they were basically covering the pass. Sorry, it doesn't suck on defense, but have been woeful this year. They've let up 25 points in every game they played. Had 38 yards versus the Chargers, 64 versus Baltimore, 64 versus New England, 40 versus Las Vegas. I honestly think Le'Veon Bell is there. They've had to tell him he had a chance to take the job.
Well, I think the problem with that is that the game script in all of those games, or the majority of those games, are not real. I mean, he put up good numbers in the Houston game because they were ahead the whole game.
Yep.
Almost every other game was super competitive. They didn't have the ball very much.
The Ravens game was competitive.
From behind constantly.
How was the Ravens game competitive?
Ravens defense.
Yeah, the Ravens defense, but it wasn't competitive. It was 28-10 at half.
They were
every
losing
game that
the entire
wasn't
game
competitive.
The Chargers.
Yeah.
Every game that wasn't competitive, he had 10, 15 carries. And then when they were competitive,
I don't know that he I don't know that we've really seen a true we've got, it's such a small sample of what he can do, and the problem is with that offense that there's so many guys, right? So there's so many moving pieces, and the Chargers game specifically, the Patriots game specifically, the even the Raiders game. I mean, they were down by 2 or 3 scores in the Raiders game. The Patriots game, they didn't have the ball. The Chargers game, they didn't really have the ball very much.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just think, I mean, if I'm Mahomes and I have a choice between Le'Veon Bell doing my pass pro versus Edwards-Helaire, or I need a yard, and I've already shown they've started to go to Darrell Williams in short yardage situations. Yeah. I don't even think Helaire is the goal line back. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
I think I see Helaire as a younger Le'Veon Bell. They're very similar in size. They're very similar backs. Helaire just doesn't have the vision. He doesn't have the running vision right now.
Hold 1 second. They're actually running to the line with 25 seconds in the third quarter. They want us to cash the bet at the 11-yard line. They ran 30 yards to run a play. Now, granted, they did it because they think the guy possibly dropped the ball. But
yeah, I see it.
It's now being under review. But because they got a big play down the field, and then at the end he fumbled, but he might not have actually ever caught the ball. I think it's going to come back. We lost 12 seconds. Hopefully they'll put 12 seconds back on the clock. Yeah, I agree. I agree. He's a younger guy, and you don't know anything that's set up. But it's been 5 games. They've been 5 extremely different games, right? Not they're not. None of the games have been the same, right? They've all been different.
Right.
He was a rookie, no preseason. Limited training camp.
I just think he has a chance to actually take the job. That's my thought.
And that's okay.
I think they'll use them both. I am laughing.
It's not going to hurt it.
I mean, people
got him on a vet deal. Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, it was a great deal for you guys. I mean, it's a perfect deal. It's exactly what you want to do. I'm just laughing. People at Twitter is like, "Oh, you got to get on Cyborg. Cyborg's minus 1,700. What are you getting him on to win $1? I mean,
how do you do that?
I mean, maybe you take a chance on the under at plus 180. But that's the only thing I could see you possibly doing at all. Everyone's like, "Oh, you got to get on Cyber because she's gonna kill." It might be fun to watch her smack the crap out of this girl for a while.
What are you guys talking about?
It's gonna be fun.
There's Bellator tonight.
Cyborg is Bellator on CBS Sports Network.
Yep.
That's weird.
We've had some MMA going in the Discord. As always, if you're not a member of the Discord, most of the time everybody is in here is a member of the Discord. Rich, I wanted to ask you 2 games that I would look before we get into soccer. SMU Tulane. SMU losing 2 huge pieces this week for the rest of the season. One has an ACL. But the line's not moving. They're playing Tulane.
Yeah, SMU minus 6.5 on the road.
Yeah, SMU's a better team, but they really haven't played it all year, and their best receiver is now done for the year. Now, granted, they generally have a next guy up who's ready to play, right. Especially versus that level of competition. But I don't know. I mean, you come in there undefeated.
They really haven't played anybody.
I mean, they played Memphis was the only team, and that was a good game. And but Memphis hadn't played a game in 3 weeks, and then they came up, lost the thing. I mean, you still got Shane Buechele there, who keeps throwing for 400 plus yards, but I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to look. The line hasn't moved. I was trying to feel what you thought either way.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not super confident in my college football reads so far this year. Normally, last year I wrote SMU a lot, so I was on them quite a bit. But they were dogs. They were dogs a lot of times. So I would take them as small dogs, and a lot of times they'd cover or they would win. I don't know. You want to lay a touchdown with them on the road? I
kind of would, because I've watched this Tulane team. Tulane starts a freshman quarterback. He'll be a second game playing. There's Pryat. They just got absolutely shellacked by Houston. I think SMU is going to have oh, damn it, we lose it. That pass didn't count, and they didn't score in the third quarter. It's all right. That's why I said it was a beer money bet. And I think they cover. I just really think they come in here and they'll probably win this game by about 14. They lose Robertson. They lost McDaniel for the season, but I still think Rashee Rice is going to have a huge day. I don't think if they couldn't cover Houston's receivers, who are not as good as SMU's, I can't see Tulane staying in this game. I also like the over. 64.
Yeah, I like the over. I like the over better than the side.
Yeah. And then the best game is the one that you really do have. I'm going to ask your opinion because you've got to get up on this. Houston, BYU. What's up, KG? What's up, Bob? What's up, Jedi Apple? Thanks for you guys being in here.
What's up, guys?
Yeah. Apparently, we've had Twatty on our show a couple times. He just doesn't post. So we appreciate that, though, Twatty. When you sneak in there.
Is he snuck in the chat?
I don't know. I haven't looked, but I gave him a shout out. So.
Yeah, I got I went on their show and they shouted me out. That's how actually all of us. They've been watching their show.
I don't know, man. BYU 27-20 over UTSA.
That was
very impressive.
No, but I think they were looking forward to this Houston game in that game. That was the game that was a little bit there. That I believe that was also on. No, that was at home. But UTSA came out and I believe scored first. They got a field goal. They had trouble. It was only 14-3. Yeah, that was a 21-point dog. UTSA is actually a decent squad. I like them better than Tulane. But yeah, they really haven't played anybody. That's the question. I mean, this will be the first, not a real test, but Houston's played one game and they blew out Tulane by 20 points. It's
so tough to tell because none of these teams, half of these teams have played, some of these teams have played 4 games, some have played 1 game, some have played 2 games, some are missing half their kids, and you won't know until the game kicks. I really don't. I don't have a ton of confidence in figuring out what's going on. I mean, so look at BYU. So BYU, rolls Navy, Army would have been a game that you would actually be able to tell what they've got, and that game was canceled. Yeah. 48-7 on Troy. That's nothing. Louisiana Tech 45-14, and then a close game with UTSA. I mean, I wouldn't want to lay points with either of these teams. So I guess if I, gun to my head, I got to bet a side, I'm going to take Houston. You take the home dog, and then, maybe Houston comes out and you can maybe get the other side.
Yeah, my official play on this is going to be BYU teased with the over. And then I would take Houston teased with the over. Because I think we'll get over 56.5. If UTSA put up points, I think Houston will be able to put up points. Even if Houston falls down behind this game, they'll put up points because that's just their offense.
I mean, Tulane put up 31 on Houston. That's a good amount of points.
Touchdown! Georgia State.
I just took the over too. 107.5 when I was watching Rich, or not Rich, Bob.
Yeah, I took that over too. I mean, sorry. I was like 21 points, ball at midfield. Yep. All right, there he finally decides to join us.
Yeah.
Holding up the whole show. Me by my lonesome now. Everyone's been in here. What's up, Shocks?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
Doing all right. We're watching Georgia State try to get to 100.
Dude, this game is insane.
I'm so glad we bet this game.
Well, I'm so pissed that I didn't bet this game more. I should have bet this game with my whole bankroll for the week. That should have been.
Yeah, you should put everything on the over. Should have been automatic.
I'm so glad I teased that over down. That was super worth it. That they almost hit in the first half.
Well, we also got 10.5 right now with Georgia State, and we're up 10. So I think that's going to be looking good. I also got the 3.5. So I like where we're sitting right now. Oh, crazy. All right, let's look at their Rich. Any other plays on Sunday? I know D went through his plays on Sunday. Or do you have any baseball plays? Or are we taking the Astros to come back here?
No baseball. So I've got for Sunday. I like the Vikings. Vikings -4. That's Vikings Falcons, I believe.
Yeah, right now it's Vikings Falcons. How do you not take the over?
Because the Falcons are scoring like 14 points a game or 16 points a game. So I would like the game to go over, but I'm not sure that the Falcons contribute enough to get it over. I did look at the over and I did like it, but I don't trust them. I don't trust the Falcons to score enough to get it there.
What do you look at? What do you have for the Vikings team total in that game?
I think it was like 29. Okay. It was high.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, I need a home run here. Grand slam. Let's do it.
There's a flag. I thought we were.
Are you watching baseball? What's
Yeah.
going on?
I'm watching multiple things, but I'm watching baseball. I have a team total over 4.5 for the Dodgers. So.
Oh, gotcha.
A grand slam here would sure that up for me.
7th inning. Man, I can't believe the Dodgers are going to go down 3-1, possibly.
He's been hitting baseball. He's been hitting these over 7.5s. He missed the Astros the other night, but I mean the over 10.5, the over stuff. I mean, we've been chipping away at baseball. Not tremendously great, but we've been chipping away and staying above the positive line.
Yeah. I got too discouraged with baseball. I'd be certain on 3 games, and all 3 of them would go down in flames.
I forgot to do this, but I didn't set this up right, so we'll see.
I want to talk about Rich's game, though.
So anyway, do you which game do you want to talk about?
Your game, the Browns and Steelers.
So I like the Browns. I like the Browns team total over. Steelers defense is solid, but they are giving up points. And the Browns are the highest scoring offense in the league right now, 31 point something a game. So I got 23.5 on the Browns team total. Even if the Steelers get up in the game, I think the Browns rally back and they're able to put up 24 points in the game. So I like the team total.
Yeah. It took me.
I think it's a shootout for sure.
Yeah, I do too. It took me a second to do the total, but I have to start us with this.
Nothing.
All right, we hit the second half over with that last touchdown.
Sean, you should just get a regular cowbell. Just get a regular cowbell and you bang it.
It was working. It was working earlier, like off the show. Like he was playing music and everything. I was like, okay, I think he's really got this.
It works fine when I don't have the headset plugged in. That was the thing there. So when it does that, it tries to run the audio. So I hear it. So this is what I was playing. There we go. And I'm working there. I'm getting all kinds of different cowbells. So we cashed the second half over. Mr. Second Half, 5-1 in his last 6 ones. Not to toot my own horn. I'm doing better in second half plays than I'm doing in regular plays in college football. I might just stay to second half. I can't believe, you know how many rulings have been on this game where we keep reviewing whether or not this is a catch? Like, this has got to be the 5th.
Well, the game started at 7:30. It's 3.5 hours, and we just barely started the 4th.
7:30. It's 7:58 where I live.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock.
Well,
I mean,
we're in a real time zone here.
Yeah, we're gonna have Chef coming in. I mean, college football. Any other college footballs on Saturday before we get into soccer? Kind of explain what we kind of like.
So real quick, let me run through my NFL.
Okay, sorry. I had the Vikings -4. Yeah,
Vikings -4. Browns team total over 23.5. I got Jets first quarter over a half.
And you're still with the Browns, even though we don't know if OBJ is playing?
Yes, absolutely. He doesn't get utilized that he draws a lot of attention, but I mean maybe Donovan Peoples-Jones gets in there if that comes out. We'll see what he can do. Plus they run 2-3 tight ends all the time anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, take the Chiefs.
Jets first. What's that?
So take the Chiefs.
No, I'm off that game. I looked at that game and I'm like, man, this is a Bills game if I ever seen one.
Oh my gosh.
It's like the Chiefs losing 2 games in a row. I don't think that's happening.
Well, the Bills are getting 5 points. You're gonna give me 5 points with the Bills at home. I mean, I don't know that I would take the 5, but I would definitely tease it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a stay. That game was a stay away for me. Jets first quarter over a half. Anytime I see it, I'm gonna grab that. Colts team total over 27.5.
Now stop right there for 1 second. I just wanted to get that. So I had to take a double check when I looked and I saw that you could take Miami was an 8.5 point favorite. Who would have thought coming into this year that you would say, what game is Miami going to be almost a 10-point favorite? And it probably will be 10 points by Sunday.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's the Jets game, right? That one almost made my teaser because of how big the spread was. I'm like, I can't even. And then I'm like, this is one of those games where they lose by like 3 touchdowns, and you're just completely screwed. Even 16 points wasn't enough.
Yeah. Do we take Arkansas State here plus 3.5 at minus 115? Ball midfield, 3rd and 8.
I think whoever has the ball last in this game, Sean, is going to win.
Correct. Which would set up to be Arkansas State.
I mean, neither team's really stopping. The only time they ever really stopped the one team is when they went for it on 4th down or when they kicked a field goal, technically.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty much the only time I've seen anybody not score a touchdown.
Yeah.
All
right, so team total, Jets first quarter over 1 in the first quarter.
Yeah, over a half. All you got to do is kick a field goal. Colts Colts team total over 27.5.
That's their team total. Their team total is 1.
Yeah. Yeah, Jets over a half first quarter.
I mean,
you guys don't get those?
I probably do if I stare it, but I don't get that kind of stuff until like 15 minutes before. So in 15 minutes, I get the full because I can go to the live site and all the things are available, like team totals and first quarters and winning margin. And
so that's on Bovada. That's a Bovada bet.
Yep. Oh boy. 4th and 3. They got another one. So
my God.
And they went for it on 4th down. I swear the punter did something bad. Just said, we're not using you tonight. Just sit down.
I don't even think they have punters.
Well, the one time they punted, the Georgia State kid punted at like 20 yards. If you were a punter and you punted 20 yards, I would just tell my quarterback, hey, dude, just practice punting a couple times.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Here comes my over now. Here you go, Bob.
Yep. There goes that plus 3.5. This is just disgusting. That's 100 points, and we got almost 13 minutes left. 101 points. We still need 2 scores though to actually cover. No, we had 107 or 108.
107.5.
All right, so we just need 1 more touchdown to cover in 13 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That says Beckham had a COVID test before he left, and they won't know until Friday.
Yep.
I thought
All
they
right.
said he took one and was negative. Do you want the rest of these?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay, so I've got Colts team total over 27.5. That is, yeah, that's on the Bengals defense. Yeah, that should be a pretty high scoring game, I would think.
Yeah, I would say take Jonathan Taylor, Hines, anybody you can have that can run the ball except for Phillip Rivers, because the Bengals are the worst rush defense in the league.
Yeah, and I didn't. I kind of like the Colts in that game, but I'm not laying 7.5 because it just looks like it could be a close game. Like it sets up like it could be a close game. The Colts seem to always play, they play a little bit down to their competition. So I'm not really a fan of laying a touchdown with them. So the other, let's see. I like the Packers team total over 27.5. Same thing D was saying. I like the Packers side. I like them to score. They probably win the game, but I definitely, I like them to score more than I like the side.
All right.
And then Cowboys Cards over 55. Cowboys, one of the worst defenses in the league. I honestly think that I don't think that Dalton's going to have too much of an issue, moving the ball and scoring points. He was 9 for 11 for 110 yards on the series, the couple of series that he was in the last game after Dak got hurt.
Yep.
I think he should be able to work into the offense, and I think Dallas is going to be able to run the ball too.
Yeah, I'd say they're going to run more Elliott, so take Elliott props.
Yeah, I think Dallas is going to be able to run the ball, and then should be able to work some good passing lanes off the run. And then I also think that if in the event that Dalton, it is Monday night, and Dalton is traditionally not great in prime time. I think that with it being on Monday night, if he isn't performing well, you've got a possibility of him turning the ball over and Arizona working with some short fields, and you could get over with Arizona scoring 35, 38 points, and then Dallas only has to put up 2-3 scores. Maybe they get a garbage one at the end. I think the total is definitely low, so over 55 on that one.
Yeah, I've been hitting the total at over 51, so all week. So I will say you're stealing a little bit of my Sunday Thunder. That was definitely going to be one of my plays that I was going to give out on Sunday night, but it's definitely one I would already take.
Oh, that's a Monday night game.
Yep.
Sorry.
It's all right. The line's going to move by the time we get anywhere near. It's probably going to be 56, 57 by the time that's actually ready to go. D, what in the world is the CJ Cup?
It's golf.
Yeah, golf.
I don't have second round matchups for that yet. MT.
D Money said he did. Do you have a play there, D?
Yeah, I got the option. No, he's the golf guy. I was just telling him I had the lines. I was waiting for him.
Yeah,
I follow the golf, but I'm good right now.
How do you not? The only thing is this game's probably not going to overtime because you're on an odd number right now. So you're at 101 points. They're flashing 115.5. They're trying to sucker you in to taking that. But to do that, you're going to need 3 scores. I don't see 3 scores happening. But I do think if this line goes anywhere less than 115, I would hop on that right now. You can take the alternative total. Can't believe I'm saying an alternative total of 111 in a football game. Because if you're going to take if you're going to take the 115.5, it's not going to happen by a field goal. You're not winning that by 17 points. Because the team that's already ahead is up. You might as well just take the over 119.5 at plus 150. If you think you're going to get the 115.5, I would just, because you're only getting it by a touchdown. You're not getting it from a field goal. So, because if you get the field goal, that means you've tied the team that's losing. So both teams have scored, and the team that's losing right now basically kicks a field goal and ties the game, which is going to, there's the 114.5. Oh, it's juiced. Heavily juiced. I'm going to take the over. Yeah, I'm going to.
What are they at right now? 90.
He drops it.
You're at 101.
101.
That's what I was saying. If I would take it with 2 touchdowns, I would take that for 2 touchdowns. Georgia State's got a punt right here.
I'm seeing 116.5.
Yeah, that's because, yeah. But I would say the alternative line was 119.5 because the only way for Georgia State to get that is to mean they either scored 3 touchdowns or they scored 10 points, which basically then took you to overtime. So, because I'm assuming Arkansas State scoring once. Oh, he almost blocked it. He didn't even go after it, but he was there. Uh-oh. Yep. He went the wrong side. All right. So that's what we got for some football plays. Is this the future of football? If it's 101 points, I would actually just shoot myself. If every game was 101 points, I'd be like, all right, I'm not signing any defensive player to $1 million contract or more. Because at that point, I could throw anybody out there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think some of these schools, sometimes I think they only recruit offense, like Oklahoma and Texas. They only recruit offense, and then if you're not good enough to play on offense, they just put you on defense and let you figure it out.
They recruit on defense, trust me, because I watch all the recruiting boards.
Well, then that's sad. That's sad.
But
You know where all their good defensive players go? Ohio State, because they recruit there.
The SEC, that's where they all go.
Yeah,
They recruit there.
Doesn't get anything.
They recruit. They hand out plastic and cash and cars.
All the Big 12 gets is like Ryan Gosling from what's that movie? Friday Night Lights.
that's what I'm saying. Like, what would you rather? What would you rather hear as a high school kid? Like, oh, hey, come to Alabama, look at our championships, or come to Ohio State, we're in the playoffs every year. Or Texas is like, hey, you guys remember Vince Young? Yeah, that was cool, right? Remember Vince Young?
Yeah, but you could also say they put a ton of people in the league. And there's no doubt about it. They put a ton of people in the league. They actually put a ton of defensive players in the league.
Yeah, they do. Because I can't name any offensive players.
Yeah, they have a couple corners, I think.
Renee, sort of that Johnson, who we looked at. You had back in the day, every one of their running backs pretty much went in the league, from Benson to Ricky Williams to last guy. They don't put a lot of quarterbacks in the league. They put a ton of offensive linemen in the league. They've got a pretty decent pipeline into the NFL, I'll say. Now, granted, I'm not giving them a whole lot of justice there with names from 10 years ago. All right, but we need to get on, or this show is going to go on to 1 o'clock with some of the soccer bets. So let's welcome again Chef in, who flying with us. What's up, Rich? D, thanks for joining us. As always, stay in and watch.
See you guys.
See you,
Chef, Fox.
Later.
See you, Chef.
See you later, Chef. See you, Fox.
Later, guys. See you.
What's up, Chef?
Oh, nothing. Just relaxing and watching the Braves-Dodgers game.
Yo, I need the Dodgers to score here, Chef. Man, I just need 3 runs from that.
Yeah, I I love the Friday card. I know you absolutely hate Fridays, but I love the Friday card. And I will sit there and say,
For tomorrow?
I'm gonna eat crow, and you'll get to see the famous Mexican garb with me, cartoon with me, and basically like the Mexican striptease. Because we went 0-5 in MLS, and I will sit there and say, if you were on the dogs in MLS, and I'll try not to brave it there because some of us lost a lot bigger than others, but if you were on the dogs in MLS last night, you would have done well. I really think that Chicago Fire would have cashed and given us a much better day than what we had. But yeah, every single dog basically almost wandered through. It was a crazy day.
Yeah, it wasn't good last night.
terrible night.
That error is what saved like some of my bankroll.
Yeah, if you don't know, his thing aired out with like 5 minutes left to go. What was it, the Philadelphia Union game?
Yeah, like it still it froze thinking that the United were still up, so it gave you a line of like where the United were like minus 500 and the draw was plus 370, but the Union had just scored, and somehow FanDuel had just like frozen, so it was still holding up the plus. You could see the score was 2-2, but it was giving you plus 370 on the draw. Like 5 minutes left, so I was like, you know what? I was like, why not just take this right now? Just got about 5 minutes, little bit of extra time, and it cashed.
Yeah, so he was able to get out of some of his losses. I mean, there is one Liga MX game, as Ramon says. You got Liga MX, but Atletico San Luis is absolutely destroying Quintero. I know it's only a one-score game, but if you look at the game, they're controlling the entire game. Quintero really has no chance in this game. You'd have to take Atletico San Luis at minus 275. I don't see that. If you're even maybe if you take Athletic San Luis Asian handicap at plus 120, or if you take a minus 0.5, would probably be something to look at. I mean, the entire first half with Athletic San Luis. But both these teams aren't very good teams, so Athletic San Luis is terrible. They've won 2 games in their last 11. Quintero's not even better. They haven't won a game in their last 10. So putting really money on this, I don't know. The only thing I would take, and I would take it just as a fun play, I'd take Athletic San Luis because they're controlling the whole game. Asian handicap minus 0.5 for plus 290. I'm just going to put beer money on it. I'll just take $30. But that's it there. But going back to the Friday card, which I said I absolutely love. A little parlay builder. You have the Chinese Super League playoffs and relegation kickoff tomorrow. Guangzhou Evergrande versus Habai. I love this Habai team, and they actually always play them pretty tight. This is the playoffs. Evergrande is going to destroy them. I like the over 3 and Guangzhou Evergrande for a parlay piece. I have no comment in Shenzhen or Tianjin Teda. I don't know if you do. Docs?
That one, I mean, that depends if honestly the only way Shenzhen like scores goals if what's the guy's name? John Mary, I think. John Mary and Lin Gao start. If they're not starting, then that offense doesn't do anything. So that one's strictly on lineup.
Yeah, this is the quarterfinals. In the 9th and 16th place, which really doesn't really do anything, but I still think those guys will play.
If they play, if they play, then Shenzhen will probably put up a goal or 2. But I really have nothing that I like that I would say on one side or the other.
Yep. Then we got the Denmark First Division. You got a really good game in Viborg and Amager.
The over 2.5 in that one.
Yeah, I like the over 2.5 on that. That's definitely a play I was going to do.
I guess when I was looking at it, last time they played each other, it was 2-2, and I think that was like in September. And then even since the beginning of September, what is it, Fremad is the team they're playing. Kremit's been averaging about like 3 goals per game, and Viborg's also been averaging 3 goals a game since September. So this one's definitely, I mean, over 3.5. I even like as well.
Yeah, the question I wonder is there's a lot on the line, especially early, 6 games in, first place for third place. Typically, Viborg destroys Amateur, and that game away that they had with 2-2, I think kind of woke them up. I think Viborg's the better team here. I think you're getting them at minus 110. I went ahead and took Viborg money line, and I took the over as well. I think that'll be my protection at there. But the match I actually like better is the Silkeborg Hivador plane. I can't understand the line. I think Silkeborg's a better team. Hivador, to me, is a team going in the wrong direction. They've lost their last 4 at home. Silkeborg is typically owned them. They're a team that was up in the Superliga last year and now relegated back down to first division. I think they go ahead and they take care of business here. You're getting a nice line at minus 135.
I like that.
And then, Chef, I know you already got to play. You talked about this on Sunday's show or Tuesday's show. Damn, the days are all getting messed up. Derby and Watford.
Yeah, I grabbed the under the other night. Both of them have a ton of people out. Derby tend to keep things tight at home, and as long as Rooney stays in the sideline, I don't see much offense coming from Derby. Watford have a ton of people out. Deeney's out. I think Delafay is still out. So yeah, I grabbed the under the other night.
That's under 2.5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. A rare underplay. A Friday play from you too, which is crazy. Feeling okay? I mean,
Yeah. No, after last night, no, probably not.
I know you get your temperature checked almost every day, but yeah, you sure that's that's been happening? I mean, how about the French Ligue 8? There's 2 games I really like.
Is this for Friday?
Yeah.
I am probably going to be on PSG halftime, full time.
What are you getting on that?
Could probably add that to your parlay. 1.8.
Okay.
And that's probably about it. This Nimes team hasn't shown much. PSG going to be without a few people, but they still have people that can step up and score. They'll probably be up by 20 minutes or so, but I couldn't find a line on them being ahead at 20 minutes. Probably would have got a better line than the halftime, full time. But I think 1.8 is pretty good.
Yeah, I love I like PSG. I actually parlayed them with Guanta Evergrande, and then took them with my favorite BYU money line. That's kind of the one thing that I did. But that's not an official play, but that's kind of just what I did. I like Rennes over Dijon. I think you're getting a nice place. I know Rennes is on the road, but Rennes has come in here, been a really good team of late. You got this Dijon team going in reverse. Haven't won a game in 10 games. Rennes won their last 2 in Saint Etienne and Nimes. I think they're a decent enough squad on the road that they'll come out and they'll get a win. I also like the over 2.5 in that game. Those are the official plays. I think you're getting a good line on both of them. I think both guys will come out there and play really hard. The other game I have a play on is the Irish Premier League. Sean, care to guess what it is?
Celtic? No, not Irish. That's I'm trying to think.
There's only 3 teams to know in the Irish Premier League. Shamrock Rovers,
Shamrock. That was the team.
Dundalk, or the Bohemians. And what we're going to go ahead and take is we're going to take the Bohemians Dundalk, who love to play and love to score goals, especially against each other. The last time Dundalk played them was 6-1, 2-1 the previous time, 2-1 the other time. Bohemians last couple of games 1-3. Sligo's a little bit different. They have that played on the road, but I think we get at least 1 goal from Bohemians and 2 goals from Dundalk. I like the Bohemians over 2.5.
And it's Bohemians in Ireland, right? Isn't there another Bohemians team in another country?
Yeah, there's another Bohemians in Czech. That's why I said we're going to Ireland here, boys. We're going to cash in Ireland. Yep. We've hit a little defensive stalemate here in the last couple of drives. Both teams have actually caused the other teams to punt. Then we got Liga MX. Any plays there, Chef?
No, my only other play on Friday is Italian.
The Italian. Who's playing Italian on Friday?
Serie B.
Serie B.
Serie B. We're going to the lower league. All right. What do you like?
Right?
Share us your knowledge. Come on.
We're going to 2 relegated teams here, Brescia and Lecce. Brescia is still terrible. I wouldn't be surprised if they're in Series C next season. We're getting 2.0 on Lecce, draw no bet. I don't see Lecce losing this match. We get a draw, we get our money back. So I think 2.0 is a good shot.
All right. Uh-oh. We have a field goal attempt here by Georgia State, which would actually tie this game and make this game go a little bit longer. There's still 7 minutes left, but this would put us back on track with everything. And make my 119 look really nice. All right, we have 104 points. It's good. 52-52. Still 7 minutes left. I'm going to bounce just 1 second just to see what options we have live in this game now that we're even. Our plus 10 once again looks a little nicer. I was a little worried there that we were going to get backdoored. All right, still waiting for that to come up. Let me get back to where I was in my notes. Talked about Liga MX, talked about Ireland, Mexico. Anything in the Swiss Challenge League?
This are we on Saturday yet, or are we still?
You can't give a quick note. That's Sean's league. That's his bread and butter.
But are we still? We're still on Friday right now.
Yeah,
okay.
Friday is all the Swiss Challenge games.
Yeah. I was gonna say Winterthur and Schaffhausen. I like Winterthur to win at home there. With that one,
getting a nice number on that too.
Yeah.
Anything else? I will say TNS plays Aberystwyth. They beat the crap out of this team every time they play them. This is the famous team that they beat 15-1 last year. They beat them 10-1 in 2019 as well. I mean, they're going to beat the crap out of this team. The problem is right now they're at minus 1,429. I can't get goals. If I could get a goals like -2 or -3, I would be all over TNS. Or if I could get an over, I would be all over the over as long as it was under 5. But right now I can't get it. I'll probably be able to get one live though, which is kind of odd, but I can. That ends it for me for Friday. Moving on to Saturday.
Hold on, I got one more play for Friday.
Sorry, Shock.
Belarus, Minsk, and Slutsk. Basically, I like the over 2.5 there. Minsk has been averaging close to 3 goals a game since September. Slutsk only played 3 games since September. I think 2 of them were canceled. But in those 3 games, they have averaged allowing 4 goals. So I like the over here, and I like Minsk to at least get 3 goals on Slutsk. And Slutsk still, I think they're on like a 6-game losing streak anyway, so they'll probably lose here.
All right. Moving on to Saturday, they're begging you to take it. I'm gonna take it. They're begging you to take it. I think you know exactly what I'm looking at, but they begging you to take it.
Liverpool? Is that what you're
Yeah.
looking at? The English Premier League right now?
It's minus 120. We'll start at the Premier League first.
But
Liverpool.
Everton's been playing so good, haven't they?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to look. And I was trying to look at this at both teams to score over 2.5, I think, is a lock. I hate to use the word lock, but it's very, very high odds. I don't ever really like to say lock, but I don't see how you don't get over 2.5. Over 2.5 is minus 188.
Last time I looked at that, I couldn't even find a line on both teams to score and over.
Yo, Everton's going to put in 1 goal at least.
They could win the game. So
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
kind of my coverage.
I was tempted to take Everton.
I mean, if you were Everton plus 1, I would take it, but I'm not. Yeah, I got over 2.5, and both teams to score is my play at minus 138.
You know, if Ant was here, he would be on Everton plus, what is it? Plus 1.5? No,
Yeah.
plus 1. He would have been on Everton plus 1.
If they were getting a plus 1, I don't have them getting a plus 1.
No.
Especially hot there. I am going to take Liverpool money line. You just, it's too good of a number, too good of a team not to take it. Everton's playing well. It's on the road. The only issue with Liverpool is you are going to miss Allison. Who's not expected to play.
And money.
Yeah, but he hasn't been doing that well anyway. Touchdown, Arkansas State. Do you know what that, folks, means? It means we are all set to sit there and tell you that ring that cowbell, ring that bell. There we go. Over 107.5 in a football game cashes. So we hit a live play and one where I didn't think we'd have any live plays. So 1 unit already for the show there. My 115, 119 plus 160 looks pretty good because Georgia State's going to get the ball back with 4 minutes and 23 seconds and a chance to score. And that will be the ball game, folks. And if they score, we go into overtime. We could get 150 points in a football game. That's just absolutely disgusting. I don't even think the book, because like our scores don't go up that high.
Yeah, my book cuts it off. Like you can't bet on the over once it gets to like close to 100.
It'll pop up right at overtime back for me. So if this does go to overtime, it'll pop up. I'll get my chances to come back again. But that's to say, I mean, other than that, I mean, you can't. I was reading a couple things. Chelsea's going after 2 other guys in January. I mean, you want to talk about wholesale changes. They're just trying to here, we need 19 forwards.
Yeah, they're trying to make up for all that time they missed when they were banned from the transfer windows.
I hate Chelsea.
Sean's bad luck team. Whenever it takes Chelsea, they lose.
Yeah,
I do like Chelsea to beat Southampton.
No, that's my tout now.
The City Arsenal game looks pretty good, and you're getting a decent number on Arsenal.
and both teams to score.
What are you getting on that?
I thought on both teams to score. I mean, for this game, I thought it's still juice. It's minus 176. So I was going to take that with the over 2.5.
Yeah, I think that looks good. I do like that. I like the over 2.5, and both teams scored minus 138.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to write the game down.
Yeah, I got that at 1.8.
Yeah, I like that. What's up, your Auto? Thanks for joining us. I haven't set up. Man United is not that bad.
I hate Man United too.
I'm aware of that, but you're going on the road to Newcastle, which I understand if you're not aware, Newcastle is the biggest road trip in the Premier League. A lot of people don't like to go out there and play, but it is Newcastle. United has won their last 3 games on the road. Granted, one of those was versus Luton. 2 of those were versus the same exact team in Brighton. But I don't know. You're getting a decent enough number. And I coming off the break, clean thing. You're playing for your coach's job. I'm going to take the minus 140 at Man U.
They're such an inconsistent team, though. Freaking Rashford, that guy can sometimes he can put things together and sometimes he can't.
Well, I think Rashford's overrated. I also think Rashford has an attitude problem.
Yeah, somebody else said it finally.
If you watch the England game, he plays when he wants to. Yeah. He doesn't really give all effort all the time. And I think when he was younger, you had all the promise and everything like that. But, I mean, you're going to miss Martial is there, but I can't see them losing to Man United, especially when the coach is playing for his job. I mean, what are we also getting on both teams to score just for fun, just to cover us? I'm going to go on the limb and take Man United, which is funny because that's on the limb. What do we got for both teams?
Both teams score is minus 140.
All right, I'll take the both teams to score as well. Because United are conceding goals, but I think they'll get a goal. You'll get a special Fernandez penalty. It's there. I mean, you could even take the over 2.5, which is not too bad. But just typically when I looked at these teams, they don't score a lot of goals when they play each other. It's on the road. Losing Martial, I don't think it's going to be a big scoring game. Oh, boy, he missed him and he's wide open. All right. Going out of the Premier League, Superliga. What are we getting on Midgetland over? 2.5.
Denmark Superliga. We're getting minus 122.
I'll take that. Odense gives up goals every day to people there. Midgetland's a better team. I think Midgetland wins this game, but I think it's about 2-1.
Yeah, I can see that.
This is another parlay piece if you want to throw it in. I think Midgetland at home.
Minus 190 is the line that I have on it.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. It
would be their first game of the new season at home. And they started off pretty rough. 4 goals, 4 assists there. I think they'll start to try to pound back here and get off this championship there. All right, Georgia State first down. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Overtime. And I'm going to take S.J. Berg in the first division. Colding has been really bad of late, giving up goals left and right, losing games, and not even really competing. And S.J. Berg is a Superliga team that just got demoted and is second in the league. I think they'll come on the road and they'll take this win.
Denmark's all about the overs, man. They always give you those overs.
I definitely agree with that. I mean, you could see that. It's not a bad play. I don't know what you're getting on it, but I'm just going to take the straight win. KG 11, really? 1,151 yards of offense. Guy should win the Heisman on this game. He's wide open and he misses them. I mean, he's right there on the seam. No coverage. He lofts it up and just misses him. He would have just been running for 6, and that would have tied the game. 3rd and 10. Georgia State needs a play here. Oh, look, they get a first down. This is just disgusting. I don't know if I could watch them for this. Marseille and Bordeaux. I like Marseille money line here. I think they made a very interesting transfer switch, which I actually think will help when we get to Bundesliga. Cuisance gets transferred over. Oh, fumble! He kicks it, and I think they recovered it themselves. Yep. Oh, they got lucky. Cuisance moves over from Bayern to go play for Marseille to get some more time, and then Bayern does a really sneaky transfer and gets Bueno Sar because what they need is another solid quality right backs. So they got 5 high-end right backs and left backs on Bayern's team. I don't know how all of them are going to play, but I like the move. But you got Marseille at home. I think Marseille wins this game. Not just because they're my FIFA team that I always pick. I grow my leagues with. So right now, my season in FIFA was our house has won the Champions League, and then we moved on to Marseille, who's going to win the Champions League.
Jeez.
Let's go to Bundesliga, the league that kicks you in the ass. It scores a lot of goals. 4th and 5.
Except for that one weekend where like all the favorites lost.
Yeah, I think the most consistent team is RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig -1 is one of my favorite plays this Saturday. I think they win that game 2-0, or if Augsburg scores, I think it's 3-1.
Yeah, I think Leipzig wins that one. That one.
Getting a nice price at the -1. I think it's a winner push. All right, hold on here. We're going to go live, play-by-play. Arkansas State. Oh, he decides to go for double coverage on 4th and 5. What a moron. How do you make that throw at that time? If he was wide open, you make that throw. You don't just throw it up. You had no coverage there. Oh, that's just an idiot. The receiver had a chance, too. It couldn't see the football, but yeah, it hit him in the left hand. He's looking for a penalty. It's not going to show up there on a 4th and 5. You've got to throw some crossing route over the middle that's been open the entire game. That's just stupid play by the quarterback. All right.
So does Holland like turn around and come back and play for Dortmund now?
Well, that's the question. He just played Wednesday. He's playing Saturday. I think he almost has to with Hazard still out. I mean, I think, and you know Reyna's playing. You especially know Reyna's playing because if you're not aware of it, Barcelona put out feelers to his agent that because Reyna's on his last year of his contract, that they would sign him in January if he doesn't renew his contract, which Dortmund did not like that at all. There was a lot of things by their president sitting there saying, he's ours, we're going to take care of him kind of deal. But the kid's 17 years old. And being pursued by the largest club in the world, so it's not a bad plan. Do we take Dortmund is the question. I actually am.
I mean, I'll wait and see if they have Hazard or not Hazard, Holland.
I think they're going to have Holland in, and I think they'll have set up. But what's your take there, Shocks? Come on, I know you've got an opinion on that.
On this game itself, I mean, yeah, I mean, but both teams are scoring the over 2.5, but it's like it's still kind of pricey. I know that's going to happen. Hoffenheim's going to put up a goal here at least on Dortmund.
Do we think we're getting the Hoffenheim that beat Bayern? Are they that good that they can put on that kind of show again? What's your take there, Chef? You're humming the Holland over there, trying to bite your tongue, it looks like.
Well, one, I don't think Holland will play. I think he'll get his rest, and because I don't think that they believe Hoffenheim has anything to threaten them with. I mean, sure, Hoffenheim can score, but Dortmund have other firepower they can throw at them and be just fine, where they don't have to risk Holland's health or risking him getting injured coming back on a short rest.
You don't think he's on the bench, or do you think he doesn't play? I know they have the Champions League next week on the 20th.
Yeah, I don't think he plays at all.
You know, it's interesting. I'm looking at the player props for that game, and he's not even listed as an option as a goal scorer.
So that'll be interesting. So maybe definitely check a look at that with the Champions League right around the corner. Bayern Leverkusen versus Mainz. I think you got to wait for the lineup, but I think I'm going Bayern Leverkusen.
Yeah.
That's a first down by Arkansas State, and that should end the game. I don't see any timeouts for Georgia State. We're under 2 minutes. It was shocking that they were able to complete a first down. I mean, with absolutely nobody near them. Because from what you've seen this game. All right, any way to get them Bayern versus Arminia Bielefeld? I mean, minus 700, minus 6.
What's the team total, I wonder, for Bayern?
Like 3.5.
Yeah, I think you have to take Bayern minus 3.5, which I'm sorry, I still don't see 3.5. And again, they have the same issue that Dortmund has.
I have over 2.5 at minus 160 at my book.
You have a pretty good game against Atletico Madrid, but that team is very deep. Are they minus 600 deep? Yeah, I think they'll win the game, but I don't know if they'll win it by 3. I think they win by 2. If you can find Bayern minus 2, that's where I would look.
Really? Bayern would only put up 2 goals on Armenia?
No, not put up 2. Win by 2.
Win by 2. Okay.
And we got an ending of the game. 111 points. And the coach is yelling at the ref when he's up by 7 for whatever reason.
I had Bayern today. Both teams to score no.
And then the game that I have no idea why it is what it is Mönchengladbach versus Wolfsburg at minus 115.
Yeah, that's a good line on.
I mean, Gladbach doesn't have any. Oh, they do have Champions League. I didn't think they made. Oh, they did make Champions League. And that would be the only thing I'm looking at, that they expect a ton of guys not to play.
Yeah, they're not a deep squad to where they can rotate.
Yeah. So I would look at the lineup. I'm going to wait on all these. Too many Champions League games for me to there. All right, let's go to the fun games. Serie A, Napoli, Atalanta. Also, 2 teams that have Champions League games right around the corner. What's your take on this, Chef? I know you got a take.
I'm going to be on Napoli, but...
You're going to be on Napoli.
Yeah, Lazio, I mean, they're setting up pretty much their B and C squad.
Yeah, but they're playing Atalanta.
Oh, yeah. Who? You said, you said Lazio.
No, I said Napoli.
Yeah, Napoli, Atalanta.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I'm all mixed up here. Yeah, I'm on Napoli team total over 1.5.
Okay, just their team total. Okay.
Yeah. I will probably see goals, but it's juiced to where I don't want to mess.
You don't want to mess with it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be on Napoli team total. Atalanta concede goals.
Atlanta's been averaging 3 goals a game, haven't they, or something crazy like that?
Are a train that you don't want to get in front of.
Yeah, there's 3 to 5 goals literally a game they've been.
As long as they put out a decent squad, and I think they will because they're playing Napoli. I'm taking Atalanta draw no bet.
I wrote Atalanta unders at the end of last season. I think like 5 in a row hit.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
I just kept riding Atlanta unders, and I mean Napoli can keep things pretty tight, but I think it'll be a pretty open match.
I think it'll be an open match, especially with Champions League. I don't think you're going to get the full first squad, but I think Atalanta has done a pretty decent squad.
No.
Yeah.
I assume something in baseball did not happen the way Shocks wanted.
No, Dodgers are just shitty.
Yes. Very.
Dodgers are just bad. That's what I'm hearing. It's
In the playoff Dodgers are bad. Regular season Dodgers would destroy you.
Well, it doesn't matter because teams don't always play their full guys. You got to win in the playoffs. Doesn't matter if I win 115 games and can't win. And there, I mean, I'm looking and I like the Astros.
The Braves have a really good team. Like their pitching is pretty good.
Well, I look at their lineup, and their lineup are actually guys I know and have been hurt. Now, the Dodgers only spent $450 million on theirs. You would assume that it would be a little bit better than what you're getting. I mean, but Bellinger's not hitting right now. My favorite guy, Jack Peterson, is there, but my other favorite, Corey Seager, not hitting. Turner not hitting. Mookie Betts is the only one. He's batting 300. Everyone else is under that mark, well under. And the Braves quietly, after first round pick, who've actually all worked out, from Dansby Swanson, who's an excellent fielder and a solid contact hitter. He's a young Jose Altuve, and Ronald Acuña, who's actually outplaying Mookie Betts. And then Freddie Freeman is a guy people don't want, but he's that power that they need in the lineup. Then you went ahead and you stole Marcell Ozuna from the Cardinals, which was a great move, and you've got decent enough pitching. So look at you dropping baseball knowledge. I'm rooting for an Atlanta. If you get an Atlanta, I'm rooting for Houston. I think Major League Baseball, seeing that Atlanta is winning, is rooting for Houston as well. They would be really pissed if they got an Atlanta-Tampa Bay World Series. I'm not sure anybody would watch it, especially going up against football and other things. What about Inter AC Milan?
Goals. You got to think goals here. And both teams scoring over is 1.95. It's almost even money. That's ridiculous.
You've got a lot of guys that are going to be out this game. Nangolan's still out. Ashley Young's going to be out. Lukaku just played the other day. Zlatan obviously out. There's chances that he could play, apparently. But Rebic is out.
I think Lukaku still plays.
Okay. I think if you get those guys, yeah, I definitely think you go goals.
He's come back almost every time after a Champions League on a back-to-back or a Coppa Italia match back-to-back. He always plays that next match.
Yeah, you're going to have Lukaku and who is the other guy? Ibrahimovic?
Yep. Zlatan.
Probably Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah.
Be interesting if they do all that with everybody they've got out. But yeah, we'll see. Then you got Sampdoria and La.
You're mute yourself, Sean. Sean, you muted yourself. There you go.
I don't mute myself. My cord goes bad, and then I've got to plug it back in. It's kind of really annoying. It's one of the things I need to change. Yeah, I think, Chef, this is where you were going earlier. Are you taking Lazio here, even though Immobile is not going to play?
No. I'm going Sampdoria.
Sampdoria.
Yeah.
He's going for the score, folks. Are you going draw no bet, or you going money line?
I got both. I'll probably put draw no bet in a parlay somewhere just to up the line a little bit, but I'm definitely going to take the Sampdoria money line at 3.35.
Yeah, I got
I was saying a couple minutes ago. Yeah, Lazio's they're setting up pretty much their B and C team, and they're traveling. I think they'll see this as an opportunity to try to get healthy and move on. This game, I mean, they'll still be able to finish where they try to want to finish up in that top four without caring really too much about this match.
Crotone versus Juventus, your favorite team in the world. Now, Juventus will be without Ronaldo, McKinney, Dybala, Pescali, Delict, and Santro.
Yeah. So basically, they're going to lose.
I'm not sure. Yeah, but they're playing Crotone. Crotone sucks.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Yeah, they can still send out a few guys that can score goals. I was leaning under just to stay away from the side in case there's a 0-0 draw or late goal. I don't see a lot of goals in this match. I don't think Crotone is going to score.
Yeah, Bet365 removed the game.
Yeah, I'm having doubts it might even happen. I've seen a lot of books. I mean, I don't have access to Bet365, but a lot of books took it down.
Interesting. Liga MX on Saturday night. Anything?
Not for me.
I got nothing.
Nothing. Let's see. I gotta look at something. 1 second.
Speaking of road teams, one of my favorite road teams to fade is Young Boys.
I saw that match.
I think Servette can give them some problems, and Young Boys are terrible on the road. I took Servette plus a half a goal.
I like that play.
1.8.
So you're taking Servette.
Yeah,
because Young Boys they don't score as much on the road. They if you look at their games, they're always win. If they win, it's usually like 1-0, but they always hang like a minus 450 line, and you're like.
So we're taking Servette plus 1.5 or plus 1.
I think plus a half. Chef said
it's plus half. Yeah.
So draw double chance.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Okay. I looked at Spain. I mean, you're getting a great price on Sevilla, so I'm not sure why you don't take them. They do have a Champions League with Chelsea. They have a Champions League with Chelsea, but I mean, I'm not sure they're going to value the Champions League as much as they're going to value trying to possibly get into that top 5. There, so I see them coming full out in this game, and they generally beat Granada. So I think right now you've got to take Sevilla money line.
Yeah, at that price.
Yep. It's too good. Atletico Madrid is one of those teams playing in the Champions League as well. I've got to wait to see a lineup. I don't think we'll see Joao Felix. He just played for Portugal, played the entire game the other day. He's a guy I could see they sit. They played Douglas Costa basically this game, which might be enough to beat Celta Vigo, but I think you'll get a better line if you just wait to see the lineup.
Yeah, I took Atletico and under 4.5. Maybe we see a late goal or 1 or 2-1.
We got one of Sean's favorite South Korean K-League championship group, Diago over Sanju Sagmu. You've been cashing with this. What's your play on this?
Which one? K-League 2?
No, K-League 1.
I mean, Daegu on the road that's when you're talking about, right? The
Yep.
Sangmu, Phoenix, and Daegu. Daegu on the road has been. I think they win this one. It's going to be a win or a draw. I'd probably lean more towards the under 2.5 in this one. I don't think this one goes above that. But either both teams will score or Daegu will win 1-0 here.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was thinking. I was thinking Daegu wins and take the plus 130.
Yeah, that line too. I mean, that's value right there.
Yep. All right. We do have a new one that we are going to start to see me talk about.
Uh-oh.
The Singapore Premier League.
I don't even have that.
Why am I going to talk about it? Because I spent 5 months in Singapore. So,
did you find like a team like Bodo, like you did in the beginning of the season? Like this is going to be like your Bodo that we're gonna ride until it's minus 400.
I actually played for their lower level, like 3 levels down from Tapanus. Fun club league. So that's where I was actually going to choose because I like Tapanus. So I was trying to see what we got, but it's been a long time since they've been out. If you can get a number, I would take Tapanese money line -1. I think they'll go ahead and they'll beat Hugon. In the year, they played 4 games. They've scored 7 goals, 2 goals given up. They're generally the higher class of the league every year. So I think they're going to continue going as well. You get the great SPL game, the only game that matters. It basically decides the league every single year. Celtic versus Rangers. Anybody have an idea? Both teams come in here. Yeah, it's generally over 2.5. That's what I was going to see. What we're looking at. Both teams score over 2.5. What do you got, Shocks, on those numbers?
Dude, we're getting even money on over 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only worry is the fixtures are there. I mean, Celtic has a Europa match versus AC Milan, but that's on the 22nd. That's not the 20th or 21st. That's almost a whole week away. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Versus the Champions League, which is on Tuesday or Wednesday, and the Rangers play Standard Liège on the 22nd. So I think we get enough time in between there that we're going to still get. And this is the game that decides the division. Rangers are actually doing better in first place on the division. 24 goals scored, 3 goals given up. Celtic 25 goals, 5 goals given up. I definitely think we see goals. What are we looking at here? What's our numbers? Give me some really nice numbers. I mean, both teams to score is a really good bet at -134.
Yeah, I think at that price you would have to go with that.
What do we got for the over 2.5? Because I think that cashes too. I'm going to double down. We're doubling down. We're going for we're putting it all. Brewster's Millions. We're going for down. It's like.
Why is it not?
I see it at -110, so I'm going to just go ahead and give that number for the show.
It's not giving it.
All right. And we got Zenit for Sochi. Zenit should win. It should be a parlay piece. They're at home. They're going to win that game. That shouldn't be. I don't like anything in Romania.
Nope.
You got the huge class in Norway, though.
The Obios Liga?
Take on that, Chef?
On which one?
Moldy versus Bodo Glimp. I know you started to follow Bodo Glimp. After we've introduced you to him, introduced the over to him, it's there. You're playing Moldy versus Bodo. It's at home at Moldy. You basically look at the standards. Bodo has won the division already with 56 points in 20 games. The nearest person's at 38. Moldy, though, is holding on to third place at 37 points. These games are generally great games. If you want to play some really good lower league soccer, this is a match to watch. We generally do get a lot of goals in this game as well. What are we looking at? Moldy versus Bodo Glimt. Do we think Bodo, who might be the better team this year, getting a nice plus 187 on them? What do we got, Shocks? What do we think we have coming up? Neither of these teams have any other.
I mean, if
Moldy might have a Europa, but I'm not sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess depending on lineup, but the over 3.5 is minus 118.
No.
I like the over 3.5. I think we get.
Hasn't Mold been like losing though? Pretty much, like they've been on like a losing streak too.
Yeah, they're not hot there. They beat Braun 2-1. Then they drew 0-0 with Ferencváros on one of the Europa matches. They lost to Shangerverd, and then Ferencváros in the Europa qualifying went 3-3, and then they lost to Valerenga. But when they play Bodo, Bodo beat them 3-1. Moldy beat them 4-2 last year. Bodo beat them 3-2. Who's ever at home generally wins the game. But again, you're right. They're coming here in a little bit of a lull. That's why I kind of like that over 3.5. And then I'll protect myself and I'll take Bodo Glimt money line, because if I don't get the over 3.5, it's not because Bodo didn't score.
Right.
Yeah. Because I think it's going to be because Moldy doesn't score. And if Moldy doesn't score, I'll take my plus 187 and I'll just win on my plus 87. I'll take Moldy over 3.5, and I'm going to take Bodo on the money line. Clayton Kershaw gets rocked tonight. What a shocker in the playoffs. He gets rocked every playoff. And then we got my favorite waking cash. Cicero Osaka versus Yokohama Marinos. We've been cashing with Cicero Osaka all year. I don't think anything's going to change. Mariners have actually started there, but Cicero Osaka in third place, trying to hold off Nagoya. Getting a nice line on it, plus 175 for Cicero Osaka. I think they come through and they're going to cash us with this play. I also like the over 2.5. What are you getting on that?
That one is actually kind of juiced because, I was going to say this thing is definitely going over. It's for the over 2.5, it's minus 250. But the over 3.5 is plus 105. So I think this line settles.
I wouldn't go 3.5.
Yeah, I wouldn't go 3.5 either. I think it is a 2-1 game, if anything.
But the under on 3.5 then.
The under 3.5 is, let me go back to that, minus 137. Kind of like that.
Under 3.5 is minus 137?
Yeah.
Yeah, this game means the world. I love that. Cicero Osaka. I'm going to go ahead and take the money line. I think we're going to come through, and we'll go ahead and we'll take the under 3.5. And I think we'll do well. I think we'll get a 2-1 score. So if you want to take both teams to score and over 2.5, it's minus 1.
Yeah, I mean, the last time these two teams played was 2-1. Cicero Osaka won on 9/13. Actually, the past 3 times they played, it always ended up 2-1. Lost you again. Or did you lose me?
I can hear you.
Chef, moving on to Sunday, what do you got?
I haven't even gotten to Sunday yet. Saturday had a lot, so I was gonna get to Sunday probably tomorrow.
Sean's like, wait, Chef, what are you doing, man?
Chef has told us that he is going to play at least 50% of our plays on Sunday. That's his plan. We're holding you to that.
Saturday, finishing up Saturday for me, I have I don't know if you mentioned the midgets.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I have them
the over 2.5 in that.
Okay, I have them minus 1.
Yeah, I told you I like that on a parlay pace. What are you getting in the minus 1? I didn't have that option.
I got even money on that.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
And I have Olympiacos minus 1.5.
Oh, we're going back to Greece. Greece is killing
Yeah,
us.
Olympiacos. Remember when I was riding that first half?
Yeah, Olympiacos
Win the
is
first
a
half.
fortress at home.
They were doing that for so many weeks in a row. They won the first half all the time. I just take them.
Here, this is pretty much what I think of Olympiacos. I'm just gonna let it know. This is what I think of Olympiacos. Yep, Olympiacos is my kryptonite. Every time I take Olympiacos, they never win. Chef would Shocks was out. We took first half, and I was like, all right, I'll tell you this week. Zero.
And then it wouldn't hit.
0-0.
That's what they do with me and
Olympiacos.
Chelsea.
We'll just throw Olympiacos in a parlay.
Sean's like, yo, Chelsea's going to win today. I'm like, all right, I'm finally going to jump back on Chelsea. Damn, they lose to like
0-0.
Southampton or something. I don't know.
Yep. Just a couple quick plays that I'll throw out on Sunday that I did look that I like. I love this Veggie team in Denmark. They don't belong in the Superliga. Every week they show they don't belong in the Superliga, but they're actually not a bad team. They were the number one team in the Vish One come up. But what they'd love to do is give up goals. So first Lingby over 2.5 minus 120. Veggie over 2.5. I think that's going to cash. That's one I already took. What was the other game that I liked? I like this Eintracht Frankfurt versus FC Köln. FC Köln keeps everything close to the vest, but I know Eintracht is a little bit inconsistent, but I think they're the better team at plus 110. I think you're going to have a bunch of teams also there. Unfortunately, our beloved Pepsi lid is postponed due to COVID. We missed our games today, and we're going to miss our games as well. And then we're going to go to our favorite, the Battle Royale for the J1 League in Japan on early Sunday morning. Nagoya
Yo, Nagoya's been hot.
gets to travel to Kawasaki Frontale.
Ooh.
First, third. Actually, fourth. Sorry. It's a pretty interesting thing. Nagoya actually beat them when they played at home. Kawasaki Frontale has a chance to get their revenge. You're actually getting a huge price in Nagoya. If you want to take the hot Nagoya team, but I'm definitely taking the under 2.5 in this game, by the way, you can get plus 500 for a fourth place team that beat them the last time they played. That is just as hot as they are. Now, granted, away they have some issues. That's where almost all their losses have come all year. But I love the under 2.5 in that game. I think the score is 2-0 or 1-0. Who wins? I would lean Kawasaki Frontale, but if you want to take a beer money play on plus 500, it's worth maybe a $10 bet. To be on that. The other game I love they've been playing, Shimizu. Shimizu's been crashing overs like crazy.
Yeah, they've been contributing to the scoreboard, especially when they're against some of these other teams.
Yeah, two very bad teams playing with Sagan, Tusu, and Shimizu. I like the over 2.5 in that game. And then Kashima, I think you're getting a great number versus a really bad Sapporo team. Also, Kashima battling to try to get into that last bit playoff round. You're getting a plus 105 for Kashima money line. Been cashing on them. Yep. And that's about all I have. Anybody have anything else?
Nope.
No.
All right. So we'll end the show there. Thanks to everybody. The CFS show is doing really well until we get there. If we go over basically our Tuesday plays, our morning plays was 3-1 for our Japan Waking Cash. Then we went to the afternoon and we were looking really nice in the Nations League with some good wins. Finland winning, Belgium, Norway parlay cashing. What was the other one we won off the top of my head?
BTTS, wasn't it, in Armenia or something?
Well, we had Chef Cash Portugal live for Moneyline in that. What was the other one? We're there, and that was the one we hit, and then we went into MLS. And then our MLS destroyed our CFS show, all in one fell swoop.
Terrible.
We went from 6 units to barely escaping back at 0.8 units because of it. So,
should have just taken draw every play. Every once in a while on a Wednesday, I just want to take draw every single MLS play and see what
I
happens.
do think the midweek. I think a lot of times when I looked back and I looked at what we took a lot of favorites on the road, which kind of kicked our ass.
Right.
And that was kind of one thing. And it was interesting because the previous week I told you I like Vancouver draw no bet, which we cashed on. I think they're a much better team at home. Their only wins come at home. I think that's something we got to look at it. Kind of same thing with San Jose Earthquakes, a little bit better. And obviously, I didn't think Galaxy was going to win 6 games in a row, lose 6 games in a row, but apparently they are. They've got to be a fade team right now until we start to see them actually make a win. And like I said, I told you before, I actually got a sneaky play. I was trying to see what you can get on a line, and I was going to ask you, what do you have for Inter Miami winning the East?
You want
Winning the East?
Yep.
Oh,
I don't get those futures.
I have them just making the playoffs.
What do you have them just making the playoffs at?
It's like plus 3,500, I think.
Yeah. I know you listen to me sit there and say it, but I like this team. I know they're down. They're 1 point away from being into that last playoff spot. Versus Atlanta United, which we all know Atlanta United is going to step up. But Montreal Impact just had a huge transfer signing that just left their team. That's going to really kind of impact them. And Safir going back to Saudi Arabia is not something they're looking for. So they're going to have to look for that. But I think I really like this team. I think when they're fully assembled with Hugon, with Matuidi, with Pizarro, I think they'll have the firepower to play with everybody. I also think they're going to turn into a great over team because they don't play any defense either. But I think they can get in the playoffs and they can make some noise if they get in the playoffs. They'll have enough firepower to play with everybody in the East. So I think it's a good chance. If you're getting plus 3,500 for them to make the playoffs, I would take that. That would be a future bet that I'm going to give you.
I took that a while ago. I'm not even sure it's still there.
Like I say, I get futures bet still, so I got to see what's there. But I'll try to see if I can find it.
By the way, Sean, did Katasav beat Kachanov today? I didn't look.
He covered the 4.
I covered the 4. Kachanov won. I didn't look at the result.
Yep, I told you I won a tennis play. I was quite happy with that. Any other tennis plays you got going?
Actually, I like when it's at 4 a.m. It's like one of the first matches. Laszlo Dezhir versus Jiri Vesely. I like Dezhir to win. It's minus 136. It's going to be pretty close. I think Vesely continues. He hasn't really found any consistency in his play. Dezhir, on the other hand, has been actually playing really well. And I think here he's going to edge out Jiri. So I like Laszlo Dezhir to win tomorrow morning. It's at 4 a.m. though.
All right. So I took one MMA play, and apparently Cyborg fight went over. Mendeas did not win. So, yeah. That was my Bellator play for the day. So I just took it myself, but all right. So
the other good match tomorrow that I don't really have I probably lead Hanfman on, but it's Hanfman and Musetti, so that's going to be a good one.
I'm trying to find the play you just said.
Oh, that's ATP Sardinia in Italy.
I'm going to throw that in with my Super League. So Vesely Dezhir.
Yep. Dezhir.
You like Dezhir? I will tell you, Snives likes Vesely. But I
Who-
can't understand if he liked Vesely today or Vesely 2 matches ago
Oh, because it doesn't.
because it doesn't have the date next to it. But I'll take Dajir. Okay, what are we taking with Dajir? I can't take Dajir by myself. So.
All right. I'm going to get out of here, guys. I got a restless 4-year-old walking behind me.
All right, no problem. I've got a 7 a.m.
You
meeting.
could take. You
All
could
right,
take.
guys.
All right, later, Chef.
See ya.
I'll take him with PSG.
Yeah, or you could. Yeah, I was gonna say if you want another tennis play, I was gonna take Ramos Vinolas on the spread. Just trying to see what it is right now.
We've been cashing with him.
Yeah, he's pretty good on clay. He's a Spaniard. So
Why would you? I mean, I understand we've talked about this plenty of times, but you basically you're getting 1.5 as the spread. So which means basically he's got to at that 1.5 he has to win a set. Because even if he loses 7-6, 7-6 in straight sets, he loses. And
yeah, he loses by 2.
So he has to win a set. So that's at -110.
I don't even know how you even cover one. I'm trying to even think what the scenario would be to cover 1.5. I guess you would have to win like
7-6, 7-6, and 7-6. Or you just win the first set at anything and you cover it. I mean, anything that's not
basically
anything that's better than 7-6 when you win your set. Which
or you lose, or you win 6-3 and then you like lose 6-4, but then like so you're down 1, but then I guess
I've got Vinolas at +1.5 at -195.
That's crazy.
Granted, your juice, but if I'm throwing in a parlay, the juice doesn't matter. For him just to win a set.
Yeah, he should win a set. I think this game goes 3. I think goes over.
That's what I was trying to say. If you're doing that, why would I do? I mean, yeah, I can. Obviously, the juice is there, but from a parlay piece, if I'm throwing it together, I would take the Vinolas +1.5 sets because that's the only possible way I'm winning the 1.5 on the other way either.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
He has to win a set to win the +1.5. It's not saving you to say where normally you get a +3 or +4, and you're like, okay, fine, he can lose 6. He can lose 6-4, and then come back and lose 6-4, and like, okay, you pushed.
Right.
In straight, but the 1.5, you have to win a set. So I'm just going to take the set.
I love the +3.5 when I take it, and then the guy like wins 6-4 the first set, and then he loses like 6-4 the second set, and all you need is just the 6-3 just to cover. He can even lose, but just lose 6-3 in the third set, and you covered your +3.5.
Yeah, that's what I was doing with the Carrot stuff at the +4. I was like, all right, just win 2.
Right.
Just hurry up and win 2 so I can just hold your first serve and you're generally going to be okay.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
Yeah. So I'm getting used to tennis. We're seeing what's going on.
It's fun. It's quick. It's not actually quick. I think it still takes just as long as a soccer game. But I feel like it's just more like in soccer, you just kind of get that brief period of like, where like you score early and then there's just like this 50 minutes of like nothing going on. And then like there's a whole bunch of goals towards like 70 minutes and above. But in tennis,
all right. Yeah, Jedi, catch one.
this is just like
Yeah, I think you went in and out there, but dude, I looked at the time. It's 12:20. Let's we'll talk tomorrow. These games are at 7:00, so we'll be up.
sounds good.
All right, thanks everybody for joining. Get through. We'll see everybody on the SNF showdown. I will go really, really quickly. Sorry, through our plays. We have Bengals +9.5, Packers -1, Browns +3.5, Carolina plus I don't remember 2 or 3. I'll have to look. It wasn't that much. Packers -2, Vikings -4, Browns team total over 23.5, Jets first quarter to be over 0.5 points, Colts team total over 27.5, Packers team total over 27.5. The boys versus the Cardinals over 55. By the way, I love that play. Like I said, I got that 51. I'm absolutely loving it. Tomorrow's plays in soccer: Viborg over 2.5, Guanze Evergrande over 3, Viborg money line, Silkeborg money line, Watford under 2.5, PSG halftime full time at 1.8, Rennes money line, Rennes over 2.5, and Bohemians over 2.5 tomorrow. Saturday, we're going to go with Lecce draw no bet, Winterthur money line, Minsk over 2.5, Liverpool over 2.5 and both teams to score, Liverpool money line, City over 2.5 and both teams to score, Man U money line. I'm going with the Man U both teams to score as well. Midgetland over 2.5. Chef was able to get a good line at Midgetland -1, so we're going to go ahead and add that. SJ Berg money line, Marseille money line, RB Leipzig -1. That's almost going to be a Fox play. I haven't yet made it a Fox play, but I think it's going to go be a Fox play by the time. I just got to make sure the lineup. Napoli team total over 1.5. Mönchengladbach money line. Atalanta draw no bet. Inter over 2.5. Sampdoria plus 240 is our dog play of the week. Servette draw double chance, also another dog play. Sevilla money line. Celtic both teams to score. Celtic over 2.5. We're doubling down on the game. Moldy over 3.5. Another good dog play. Bodo Glimt plus 220 money line. Then we're taking Cicero Osaka money line on Sunday and Cicero Osaka under. Yes, we said under. We actually do give those out in this show. 3.5 goals in the match. All normal plays, all traditional.
Sean, you're muted. I think it's time to go.
On that note, the show has said we are time to go. But yes, that's time to go. Thanks, everybody, for joining. We will see everybody back on Sunday night. Let's cash. Good luck. Always do bankroll management. Talk to you later. See you. Bye.